Good evening. The situation has changed. I have concluded that this presidential race is condemning our nation to a future of war and oppression. This president is fast tracking a new Supreme Court justice, and this is a major threat to the election and our country. We have a serious situation in our country, and it is time to wake up, America. The conservatives don't want Biden. The liberals do not want Trump. The national media. Why are you not trying to promote and find other presidential candidates? Show the third party. I cannot tell you the horror that will continue to develop for LGBTQ and minorities. To a greater extent, all women. Our civil rights are being taken away. And Trump is upset that so many women have voices. Well, guess what? You're not going to quiet me. Slowly, we will see the resurgence of Nazi Reich policy until after the election, when we can honestly, with this president in particular, expect concentration camps, mass executions of those who he deems enemies of the state. He will use the FBI as a Gestapo who attempt to cleanse the population and police the population. I am a World War II historian with the specific focus on how Hitler took over and sold his National Socialist ideology. And I guarantee you that this is well within the capability and desire of the President of the United States, Donald Trump. People, this is not a joke, okay? And I'm putting this as bluntly as I can. Our country is about to turn into the fourth president is to protect my people first and be a politician second. So I will leave my candidacy open for write-in. However, I am also starting a resistance movement. I will wear a white hair tie in public, or maybe it might be a white sweater. Some way I will wear white to show my participation and allegiance to the resistance and protection of those that are being marginalized and discriminated right now. I am an ally, and I'm willing to help you escape. And that's what the resistance is all about. What we do, we fight back against fascism in our country. That's the first part. But I'm currently seeking out a dual citizenship with Canada and have reached out to Prime Minister Trudeau asking for help with refugee camps. I have the education and training to see something like this through. So I've also volunteered as an officer to serve in the Canadian Armed Forces to achieve my goal of setting up these refugee camps. What I will need is a network of people in the resistance that can help LGBTQ and minorities and those discriminated evacuate out of the country. Those with Latin family in Mexico and Central South America should return home for now. I will spread word through social media and YouTube If the U.S. media, which we can assume they won't publish the story on the refugee camps, but there will be information on where points that people can get out of the country and into protected custody. This might seem concerning, but since those evacuating are U.S. citizens and not Canadian citizens, they will need to await decision from the immigration department and the prime minister if naturalization is possible. However, if things progress to the point that I discussed earlier, I see no other alternative for the United Nations but to declare war on the United States of America. Like I said, if what I stated occurs, you better believe the UN will take action. Because regardless of where we were in World War II, if we're doing the same thing that the Nazis were doing here in this country, yeah, that's not going to go over well, and people are going to take action. So that you should expect if things progress. However, there's an upside to the able-bodied people in the refugee camps. There could be a chance that they may be able to enlist in the Canadian Armed Forces with me. If war is declared between Canada and the United States, or as a pact with many nations in the UN, it will be those people familiar with the states and the roads and the terrain that will be most helpful in that war. But moreover, it would be the LGBTQ and the minorities fighting for this country, showing that we belong here and we will not tolerate racism. We will not tolerate xenophobia, transphobia, LGBTQ phobia. We will not tolerate that anymore. And we are going to step up and do something about it. And by evacuating the country, we deplete the country of its tax money and most of its workforce. That's a severe, massive blow to our government to show them that this Democratic and Republican war that we have going on is not going to be tolerated, that we need to get rid of political parties. We need to clear out the legislature completely of who all is there and replace them with people out of the communities. Let business owners step up and try to run for the representative for their district, or maybe even the Senate. Let's put fresh blood and fresh minds into our government and stop the corruption and the fascism. And my heart beats the knowledge and power to win this war. May God bless you, and may God bless the United States of America, the home that will be free again.